Here are some very, very common misconceptions amongst sellers. These are, listen, I'm going on, well, I guess 2 weeks ago, I made 6 years that I've been in real estate, closed probably around 485 transactions, many of those dealing with sellers. So there's lots of misconceptions, and probably thinking back before I got into real estate, lots of the same misconceptions that I myself had before I got into real estate. Now remember, something to keep in mind: every single real estate agent is self-contracted, and even though we have to follow the Louisiana law where real estate is concerned, we do make our own rules when it comes to how we handle sellers and how we handle listing houses. I will tell you this: I will not work with a seller who has a place that I believe that I can't sell. My job is to sell houses and to sell land. So every once in a while, and listen, it doesn't happen very often, but actually it just happened a couple of weeks ago. I got a call from an attorney in Colorado who inherited a home in Eunice and Googled top real estate agents in the area, and my name was the first one that popped up. So he called me and said, I need you to list my house in Eunice. Okay, so of course the first thing that I'm going to do is say, how much do you believe it's worth? I'm curious to know, what does a seller believe their house is worth? And of course he gave me his number. So then the next thing I did was pulled up the place on Google Earth to see what it looks like, right? Now that's not always an accurate picture, but it's a good indication of the neighborhood and the condition of the house, at least when Google passed in front and took a picture, right? And it's usually very similar to what it looks like today. So then of course I go do a walkthrough of the inside and the outside, and quickly realize that the amount that the seller believed this place was worth was nowhere in the ballpark. Nowhere at all in the ballpark. This house had been empty for quite a while. It had broken windows, peeling paint, rotten wood. You name it, it had it. It was a flip kind of house. Well, when you're listing a house for somebody to buy as a flip, the number to sell it for is not high. It's just not high. So I call up the attorney from Colorado and say, listen, so I did a walkthrough of the inside and outside of the house based on the current condition and the neighborhood that it's in and the flood zone that it's in, because there's quite a bit of Eunice that requires flood insurance. All those things in mind, this is the maximum amount that I believe we should list it for if you want to sell it, right? My goal is to sell houses. So I'm never going to tell somebody this is the amount that I believe that you can get just to get the listing. And listen, I do know that there are some realtors out there who are not honest, and they're going to tell the sellers exactly what the sellers want to hear just to get the listing. I will never do that. So based on what I believe it's worth, this is the amount that I believe we should list it for. Well, he says to me, no, I don't agree. I believe it's worth this amount, and this is the amount I want you to list it for. Well, needless to say, I did not list that person's house. If you are hiring a real estate agent, you have to believe that they are the expert in their field and that they know how much things are worth and how much you can get for them. So if you call up a real estate agent and you don't trust them, then you should be working with someone that you trust, right? Number one. Number two, there's a misconception amongst sellers. And listen, like I said, I'm self-contracted. This is how I handle business. Other realtors may not do it the exact same. If I list your house for sale, you are paying me not a single penny up front. I get paid at the closing table. You are hiring me to sell your house or sell your land to make you maximum profit and to get it sold. And so when that happens, I get a check off of the sale price of your house. So we're going to agree on the commission based on the sale price of your house or your land, and off the sale price is going to come my commission. That's how it works. Now, lots of sellers have the misconception that they can make more money and get more money in their pocket than they can with listing a realtor. Listen, probably 95% of the time when I meet with sellers and I say to them, how much do you believe your place is worth and how much do you believe that you can get? Here's one thing they say, which is absolutely wrong. I want to list it for, and let's just say they say, I want to list it for $200,000, but I'll take $150,000. Y'all, this isn't car sale. This isn't car selling. This is not car selling. We list houses at the price that we believe we can get. So if I tell you, your house, I believe I can get $200,000 for your house, then I'm listing it for $200,000. And if it's priced fairly, and if you have it in great condition, then you're going to get the listing price or very close to the listing price, right? If I overprice your house because that's what you want me to do, sometimes I do that because the seller is just adamant about listing it higher. And listen, I don't do that often, but I do in certain cases. But this is what's going to happen. Let's say I say to you, your house is worth $200,000. You're going to probably get around $200,000, and you want me to list it for $225,000, and it hits the market and it sits on the market for a few months because people believe it's overpriced. Guess what's going to happen? In a few weeks, we're going to have to lower the price. You never want to lower the price of a house because then people see that it's been on the market for a while, and it doesn't matter what the real reason is. People believe there's something wrong with it. They believe something's wrong with it, and that's why you have to lower the price. You never want to lower the price of a house. You want to list it at fair market value and get as close to the price as you can. That's what the goal is. So when you hire a realtor, your realtor should get you what the fair market value is, and you shouldn't have to lower the price a whole lot. Now, listen, it happens. It absolutely happens, and we're not always correct, but we do the best that we can. So remember, misconception number one is if you hire me to sell your house or your land, you're paying me nothing up front, which means I'm paying for the photographer, I'm paying for the videographer, I'm paying for the marketing and the advertising and all the things. So I am in the hole until closing when I close on your house. So my goal is always to sell it for the highest amount of profitable possible in the shortest amount of time. And that's the only way I'm going to get paid, right? So you're not paying me anything up front. I get paid at the closing table. Number two, the misconception that you can make more by yourself. If you hire a realtor that is very good at selling things in your area and they close lots and lots and lots of transactions, you should make more money with the realtor, even with that person's commission, than you could have alone, okay? Because we have the expertise and we know all the things to do to get your house sold for maximum profit. Misconception number three, that you can just throw it up on the market and hope that it sells and it's going to sell. Not in this day and age. In this day and age, people are used to seeing high quality photography, videography, virtual walkthroughs, staging, all the things, right? So the more work you put into getting your home ready to hit the market, ready to make a great first impression as a seller, you're going to make more money. Another misconception is this, that you're going to have to do all kinds of upgrades to list your house for sale. Absolutely not. I'm never going to say to you, you need to change the countertops, you need to repaint these cabinets, you need to rip out this carpet. Never. The most important thing for you as a seller is to make sure that your house is neat, clean, organized, that you don't have all kinds of personal items on the kitchen counter or on the bathroom counter, that you pick up, that it has no smell. It shouldn't have any kind of smell at all. No dog smell, no dirty smell. So those kinds of things. As a seller, the single most important thing that you can do to maximize profits in the shortest amount of time is to hire a realtor in your area who everyone knows, likes, and trusts, but who is known for closing lots and lots of deals. Not someone that just looks busy, because listen, it's easy to look busy, all right? Y'all have an amazing Friday. This weather is cold, but it's amazing. And remember, in real estate, there are no stupid questions. Ask all your hard questions. Make sure you align yourself with a real estate agent who listens and who will answer all your questions, because in real estate, it can be very stressful and it can be very tricky, but you want a realtor who closes lots and lots of deals and who's going to answer all your questions and who's never going to make you feel like a pest, all right? I'm very busy, but I love talking to people. That's my job. That's what I do. Y'all have a great day. Take care.